Hello everybody, Shazane here. I wanted us to gather together to talk about something a little different from my usual. A recognition of something important. The events of the past decade or so, and how they've changed the way the world views content and its creation. This has created a lot of headway in its wake. And looking back at the way things used to be, the way things are now is something inspiring to look back upon. Before we can talk about the way things have changed, we must first discuss the way content was created in the past. Media as a whole was a large part of culture, however, it was more of a reflection to the way that things were at that current point, and what would be the most profitable filling of a certain time slot. That's not to say that there weren't some revolutionary things that came out back before the creation of the internet and the way things are now. Far from it. More that media as a whole was a very commercial industry. It was something far beyond what most lay people would ever hope to become a part of. It was some enjoyment after work or school to be had. Little would anyone imagine that media could very soon be impacted by normal people doing extraordinary things. I'd consider the start of content creation among the common folk to be at the birth of YouTube back in 2005. I don't think I need to explain how affluential it has become in the past 13 years, considering I myself am a part of this YouTube. As a young child, I was always interested in the concept of video in general. I remember YouTube exploding on the scene, even though I didn't think too much about it then. After some time, the bigwigs began to show themselves around the time that I was in middle school. It was a fascinating concept to see people make something of themselves for showing entertainment and skills that would normally be considered valueless or quirky. Around 2012, the boom hit that anybody could make something special if they put thought into it. I believe this is the point where media changed for me. Even though I was a shy kid, I wanted to do something with video and figure out what it was that I'd like to do, and I certainly wasn't alone in this. That's enough of boring history lesson for now, though. What I'd like to talk about is content creation today. As silly as it may sound, I actually draw a lot of inspiration from the anime community and find a lot of value in the things that some people like Gigic and Mother's Basement have to say. People like these two break down a lot of elements in storytelling and give a lot of power for people to critically review works. However, reviewing isn't the only thing that they do. When they break down the show, they break down how much relates to real life. I can't tell you the several late nights that I sat down and thought to myself on how I could change things in my life when watching scenes like this.
So, I decided to do something stupid. I decided to let myself be inspired by this innocent show, go on a journey to a place I've never been before and do things I had never done, without any pressure to keep up with anime or the internet. Because I wanted to remember why anime had such a big effect on me when I was younger, remember the craziness I felt when I abandoned my career to pursue this medium as a job, remember that a show can be more than just a commodity we watch, discuss, then forget, and cement to myself that just because I felt inspired by a fictional, constructed story of 4 cute girls doing something amazing with their lives, it doesn't mean the experience was any less real for me.
The last example that I want to give is a small group of people known as Team 4-Star. You may have heard about them before. They weren't anything special to look at back in 2009, just for nerds that were interested in voice acting and this show called Dragon Ball Z. They made something called Dragon Ball Z Abridged as a passion project in their fun. It was all laughs and shenanigans and brought everyone that came to check in on it a great time. Where are these 4 nerds now, 10 years later? They've started their own company with Office. Their little parody turned into what many are considering to be a vast improvement upon the original show. They get to do the nerdy things that they love, got contracted to make an official dub, the movie Hells, slated to release next month actually. And I've seen them grow all along this way, and the transformation like that has always been something that inspired me. In today's world, there are several that say that there is far too much content and that it shortens our attention spans. I agree wholeheartedly with the concept that we don't get to digest things that we watch properly. However, that's more the people that watch content than the content itself. Everybody has the power and opportunity to make something interesting, given the right amount of effort and consideration. This world of content has inspired me because it has connected me with individual people that are just looking to do the same thing. I've been pushed to become better and more entertaining for everybody here. While I have no interest in Hollywood and the big screen, there's no denying that I wouldn't be the same person I am today without the steps forward I had taken as a content creator. Ever since the shy steps forward in the beginning, I have learned my own way, and that is thanks to the chances that I've had to be able to create things my own way. I just remember to reflect the little things done by the people I appreciate, and that's what matters to me. YouTube is a platform for people to express themselves, and an hour of this expression is added to their database every single second. It's a database filled with knowledge, filled with hype, filled with chill, filled with truth, filled with lies, and filled with a majority of people that just want to leave their own mark. However, the thing that it is most filled is with stories. Filled with stories that would otherwise have not had the impact on humanity as a whole as they did without YouTube. YouTube is whatever you can find from it, and for the opportunities that I have from it, I have to give thanks. See you everybody, Shazane out. Make sure to hit the subscribe button to keep up to date with all the content that I make if you want to see more inspirational content like this. And with that, see you everybody. Shazane out.